is a 7. My fear is 12. Okay. So let's. Why are you not gonna? I'm just gonna wait for him to arrive. Red wine. Tonight I actually had lamb for dinner, which is very nice. I think it might be my favourite meat. Okay, so I'm gonna try to leave the room, and I find out that I'm locked in. So yeah, that's good. So I wait, hide behind the door, and he comes in, and I run out in a bit. Okay. Okay, so looking at my map, I was in the Erasmus room, and I want to go to the left, and then into the Azazel room, because I always look in the drawers and get the knife, but I've never looked through the cupboards, so I thought I should look through the cupboards in case there's anything there. You step over to the cupboards and try the doors. They're not locked. You grasp the handles and open the cupboard doors wide. Just as quickly, you slam them shut. Shaking nervously, you step away, holding your hands up to your gaping mouth, for the sight inside has given you a terrible shock, and you gain 2 fear points. Hanging from hooks inside the cupboards are 2 corpses, which have evidently been used for experiments of some kind. The blood has not yet dried on these corpses, and yet they are still warm. You lean back against the bench to compose yourself. You take a deep breath and look down at your feet as your head spins. Lying on the floor is a folded piece of torn canvas. You pick it up and find that it is beautifully painted, but only seems to be part of a bigger painting. So we hear the people, so we approach from the right. Okay, so I would like to try and go in the Mephisto room, which, because there's like rope inside, you take, apart from the frayed length of knotted rope, you take this with you and leave. So the next thing that I would like to do is go through the door that has no name, and then investigate the window, so that we have Morgana and Abaddon. Okay, we can do we do downstairs? We go to the unmarked door, so let's go into the storage room, and then we get our weapon, a knife, as well as cloves of garlic, which we take. Look at the door, turn to the landing. Okay, so there is an unmarked door, and that's the one with a dead body. Turn left. Yeah, so we want to go to the Asmodeus room, because that is where the man in grey is, and of course he attacks us initially. But we've got the same skill, even though I've got a weapon. I did pick up the weapon, right? Damn it, I'm actually... Oh, finally. I swear. Yeah, sharp knife. So my skill is only 7 with the sharp knife. Wow. So he reels, and I hold up my hands, I'm like, mean no harm, and he's like, I don't believe you, so I try to convince him by doing the sign of the cross, or wherever it is. So I ask him how to defeat the master. Was there anything in this room? Let me check my notes. No, so I'm going to follow him out the room. The hallway outside is clear. You decide against turning right and follow the passageway, which is a dead end. You may enter the Eblis room to your immediate left, or you may continue back towards the landing. I haven't actually looked in the Eblis room yet. I don't know if there's anything I'd want in there. But I'm just going to poke my head in. I'm nosy. I'm just going to poke my head in. You enter a dimly lit bedroom and close the door behind you. The room is empty apart from a dressing table and a large bed, but you can hear music playing. Do you wish to search the room to make sure it's safe? Okay, I'll just go full in. There are no hiding places in the room. The bed is solid and reaches down to the floor. You appear to be safe, but suddenly your ears prick up as you hear a shuffling sound outside. Footsteps are coming along the passageway. With ears peeled, you listen. The shuffling stops outside your door. Will you wait to see who is there, or will you make other plans? So I could do with having my stamina restored a little. So let's risk it. You climb into the bed and lie still. You can hear nothing, but then there is a single faint click as you shift your weight. You must have released a small catch, because you were suddenly flung upwards. Like a gigantic saw, the bed is snapped up into the wall, swallowing you. It is pitch black and the bedclothes are thrown off as you fly downwards for several metres before landing on something hard. Oh, okay. The passageway you are in has rough stone walls and must run along the outside of the house. Rocky stairs lead downstairs, and you follow them until you reach the bottom. The air is cooler down here, and you realise you must be in the cellars underneath the house. A half-hidden wooden door is standing ajar. You poke your head round it and peer into the room. Across the room is another door, but what you see in front of you fills you with alarm. I shouldn't have gone to bed. This room seems to be a dungeon of some sort. Okay, so we're downstairs with the dungeon. I want to speak to the balding man again. Who says that he could only be killed with a grace knife, and the battle may only take place in a red room. Symbolise a battle taking place in hell itself. The dining room upstairs has red walls, but is always locked, and the key is hidden behind the mirror where ceremonies are taking place. If you can find the grace knife and the key, then you may save the world from the devilry that is brewing within these walls. Maybe I should talk to the others this time. Oh no, you step over to the next cell. The sound of footsteps outside the door makes you turn quickly. 4 men dressed in white gowns and wearing goats' heads appear at the door. I told you, says one. I knew I could hear something. Looks like someone wants to free our prisoners. Come on, brothers. They rush towards you and you must battle with their leader, who attacks you first. Oh, okay. Damn it, my skill is so much worse. I'm not surviving this time. You both miss. I mean, that's better than Damn it. Let's test my luck. You are lucky. It is just a scratch. Take 1 less damage. Damn. I'm not going to be able to do this. Oh, finally I got 1 hit in. But their stamina is 7. Both miss. I'm not gonna win this. 7. I suppose I might as well keep testing my luck at this point. Oh no. I'm not winning this. Oh, okay. Damn it. Damn it. Oh my god. Unlucky, your hit was just a graze. Do 1 less damage. Damn it. Oh, 2. Okay. It's all on this last throw. Oh my god. Oh my god. If you win hand of 3-1, I did not think I was going to win. I've only got 2 stamina left. Okay. Although you defeat their leader, you cannot hold off the other 3 men who surround and capture you. One of them runs off to get the keys to the cells. When he returns, you are locked into the 4th cell. Your adventure ends here. Okay, so sleeping in the bed was a really bad idea, but we can just, run through. Not sleep in the bed this time. Skills 9, and thank god that's higher this time. Stamina is 22, oh that's good. I think that's the highest I've had it. My luck is 11, not bad, not bad. And my fear is 11, so I'm doing really good this time. Okay, so do I want to try to get that bit of portrait again? I guess so. So of a hip flask that I filled with brandy, and now if I examine the fireplace, I'll go reach the letters. Oh, actually let me this time. What did I click last time? I swear last time it was on my way to reading the letters, I caught something with my sleeve and that like opened a panel, but the letters are not particularly interesting, except for one from a foreign address, written in immaculate handwriting with a broad-nibbed black pen. It's addressed to the Earl of Drumore and appears to warn him of possible dangers. It starts by describing a raid of some sort on the writer's house, and Harry narrowly escaped being caught. It ends with a PS, which says, "I also suggest you further protect yourself by changing the password on your own cash room. I for one know it is the code head. How many others know the same? Why not change it to something which will remind you of the sound advice of a good friend?" The letter is signed by Count Bravemi. You read this through again and replace the letter. To the wooden face. Yep. Okay, so I will try to fight them. Hopefully, because my skill is better, so hopefully I will be okay. Because I was okay last time. The first fire sprite is down, and then the second fire sprite. Fight on. It's also down. Okay, so I'll press it and I'll end up in the cellar. So have I hurt myself? This is the question. You are lucky, so no, I have not hurt myself. Okay, so someone's coming. Obviously I hide behind the door and I wait and hope that they leave, and they do. So I'm now in the cellar in the bottom, and how are my stats doing? 16, 9 luck, okay. So you continue along the passage, so let's explore the area. Normal left, try, door on the right hand wall. So the right hand wall is the door to the dungeon, and I will talk to the balding man, and of course he would tell me the stuff, and I decide I ought to leave immediately, and wall, further up passage, another door. So no, that's the torture room. And that's when the bats attack, so I hide under the stairs where the bats can't get me, and then once they are done, I will try to explore the bats chamber because I can't look for the secret passage yet. So along the back wall, you feel along the back wall for a sign and secret entrance but find nothing. Just as you begin to think you're wasting your time, your left hand dislodges a brick. Behind the brick is a lever. You pull the lever and a rumbling noise comes from the wall nearby. A section of wall slides to one side, revealing a small entrance just large enough for you to climb through. You look inside but it's pitch black. So I climb through it and I'm here. Okay, so you find yourself in a dark tunnel. It is quite short and ends at a door. You open the door slowly, and when you see that there is no one inside, you step into the room. It seems to be some sort of ceremonial ante-room or dressing room. Hanging from hooks around the walls are 30 to 40 white gowns, and resting on the shelves underneath the gowns are macabre masks made from goats' heads. A single passageway leads off to the left. While you're wondering where to go next, a sound sends a chill down your spine. Someone is coming. A hubbub of voices grows louder as a group of people come towards the room. You look quickly round for somewhere to hide and decide to nip behind the door. Suddenly the door opens and about 40 people come into the room, all chattering excitedly. You mingle with them and march unnoticed into the crowd. They are robbing a man called Brother Isaacson. It seems that tonight is a very significant night for him. You copy what they are doing, laughing and smiling, and even getting dressed up in a gown and mask. Eventually, when they are dressed, they all move along the other passageway. So this time, I'm going to see if I can hang around and stay behind unnoticed. As the others set off along the passageway, you remain at the back of the crowd. As the last few are leaving the room, another man bursts in through the door, puffing and panting. "Good, I'm not too late," he gasps. "For a minute I thought I'd miss it. Now let's see. Where is my gown and mask?" Your blood chills as the man starts looking in the area where you took your costume. "Gone," he says. "Wait, brothers, someone has taken my dress. Ah, there is my mask. Sorry, brother, you must have taken mine by mistake. I can recognise it quite clearly by the broken tooth. adventure is over. The end. Okay, so that didn't go well, but okay, so I'm just gonna blitz through again. So skill of 8, not as good. Stamina of 18. Luck of 9. Fear of 9. Now I'm thinking here, where the bedroom's been prepared for you, I think I might try, like, hanging your wet clothes in front of the fire and climbing into bed, just out of curiosity. The bed is warm and comfortable, and you soon drift off to sleep. Strange and disturbing thoughts drift through your mind, and you wake suddenly in a cold sweat. A noise has disturbed you, and you realise that it was the sound of the door closing. You look around the room and notice a glass containing a clear liquid by the side of your bed. Someone has bought you a bedtime drink. You spring out of bed and try the door, but it's locked. Oh no, that was a bad mistake. And the drink is probably white wine. You take a short run and charge at the door. It shudders and the noise reverberates through the house, but the lock holds firm and you bounce off. Clutching a sore arm, you lose 2 stamina points with the pain. If you feel the door is too strong, you're unlikely to break it down. Yeah. You can hear slow footsteps approaching your door. They stop outside the room and a key rattles as it unlocks your door. You must quickly decide what to do. So I hide before and hid, and then I would nip out. So what does that do differently to lying in bed? I don't lose a fear from it, which is good. And I lose 2 stamina, so I think that's better than initially trying to stay awake. I will go left. Okay, we can do this. Let's carry on blitzing through. Damn it. This is the right shambles. Finally, I've only got stamina of 4. I might not actually win this. A single stamina point and I will die. You have died, meeting your grisly end in the house of hell. Okay, let's do all of that again and hope for better scores and better rolls. Oh, 7. Oh, I'm gonna do so badly. Okay, so I've walked down the stairs cautiously, looking in every direction. There was no one about. So rather than going left and trying to fight the fire sprites again, I think I will. Actually, okay, so I'm gonna go left, and I'm gonna go through the ornaments, and then I'm going to look at the letters, but I'm not going to look at the wooden face. I'll leave the room. Did you enter this room from the hallway from the study? If you enter from the hallway, you take the door which leads into the study. Okay. The room is a study. Old leather-bound books line the walls, and the only source of light comes from a single candle burning on an antique desk. You walk over to examine the desk, which is made from beautiful wood and has brass-handled drawers. A piece of paper rests on the blotter. As you look at it, you are suddenly aware that something strange is happening. A large brown letter F is forming in the top left-hand corner. Oh no, F to pay respects. You gasp as the word find appears in a child's handwriting across the top of the page. For this, you gain 1 fear point. Slowly, the complete message forms. Find Shaku. Who or what is Shaku? You pick up the paper and move around the desk to see it more clearly in the tells me about finding Shagu, and the letter on the ornament tells me about changing the password. So, I don't know. Oh no, but I still need to talk to her to hear about the entrance under the stairs. Or was that the guy in the grey robe that told me that? Am I supposed to? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's all I need to know, that Shagu knows the password. Do you wish to look over the collection of books? Sure. The collection contains many invaluable first editions and obscure works in strange languages. The Earl of Trumois has a disturbingly large collection of books on black magic and many volumes on hypnotism. I would very much like to read his library. Do you want to look at any of them? If so, will you choose a book on black magic, or will you choose a book on hypnotism? I mean, I doubt I'm going to pick up anything fast enough, but sure, let's do hypnotism, because I've got to try and get the password out of this guy. You pull out a heavy book with a large eye embossed on the spine. The cover has no title, and you flick the book open. The front piece is an elaborate detailed drawing of a symbolic eye. You cannot help staring at the illustration, and as you do so, the dark pupil seems to glint as if it were made of glass. Shapes start to appear, and faint sounds reach your ears. The sounds are screams of agony. The shapes in the eye are contorted human faces racked with pain. You shiver with fright as you look at the poor wretches, and you gain 2 fear points. Realising what has happened, you try to close the book, but something is compelling you to keep on staring at the eye. Roll 2 dice, compare the total with your skill score. This is not going to go well. Sadly, the luck has run out. Clearly. Although you fight, the power that draws you to the book, its force is greater than your resistance. Gradually, will is overcome. As you collapse on the floor, your spirit is sucked out of your body and into the eye. Like the other weak-willed victims who have already come under the book's power, you are doomed to an eternal life of agony trapped within the pupil of the hypnotic eye. The end. Okay, I'm just going to rush back to the study. Okay, I've clicked the wrong button. I meant to click the pattern room, and that's the point where I got to. Oh no, I've clicked the wrong room. You enter the room and study its contents. It seems that the room is used very little and is perhaps a storeroom. White sheets are covering the furniture, and several large square shapes which look like boxes. Sure, let's look under the sheets. The sheets do in fact cover up furniture and boxes. There are several easy chairs and a stylish chase lounge, and the boxes contain household bits and pieces. One box contains ornamental crockery wrapped in a newspaper. There is nothing unusual about any of this. You keep a suspicious eye in the room while you consider your next move. Suddenly, one of the sheets flaps. Was it the wind? No, you think. The air is perfectly still. You watch the sheet. Slowly it rises into the air as if it were being pulled on a rope. You gain 1 fear point. You decide quickly what to do. Will you grab the sheet, or will you leave the room and slam the door firmly behind you? Yeah, let's just leave. Okay, outside the Belial room, you have 2 options. Finally, into the pattern room. Okay, let's try to get back to the study. Okay, so I'm back in the study, and I'm, see, this time my skill is 9, my luck is 10, my fear is 11, my stamina is 18, although I'm already down by 12. Healing items, brandy, cool, okay. Or will you leave this room? So do I want to look at the dark magic book? It seems like it could be a bad idea, but, so the black magic book, but, you know, while I'm here, you take a book off the shelf entitled Mystical Symbols and their part in magic rituals. You open the cover and something drops out of the book onto the floor. You bend down to pick it up. To your surprise, the door opens onto one side of the hollow area you found. Perhaps this was merely a decoy. Moments later, the door is opened wide enough to let you see inside. You can see a small chamber with a table standing in the centre. On the table is a box. If you wish to enter, or if you'd rather leave, you can climb the stairs. So let's enter. You step into the small room, which is bare except for a table. Glancing round to make sure you are safe, you walk up to the table. The box which rests on it is a handsome wooden one with brass fastenings. It is long and thin and looks as if it should hold a pair of dueling pistols. You undo the catch and flip back the lid. As the lid falls back, your eyes light up. Inside the box is a pearl-handled dagger. You reach down and pick up the dagger, admiring its workmanship, but the dagger was not the only thing in the box. Lying underneath is a flask, which contains a black liquid. You take this with you. You slide the dagger into your pocket and turn towards the door, but your heart sinks as the door slams shut in front of you. You try to open it, but there is no handle. Will you search the room for a way of opening the door, or will you see whether the dagger or flask of liquid can help? I'll search the room first. There is no way you'll find of opening the door, as it will only open and shut at the command of the Earl of Drumore. You are now his prisoner and will remain trapped for the rest of your life within these four walls. The end. I wonder if trying the knife or the drink would have done that, because I'm assuming this is the room. Oh no, this is the decoy room, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the to after the study and try a different room rather than coming down left to the basement. So I will see you then. Given that I haven't made it to the study yet, but given that drinking from the brandy last time healed me, I'm gonna have a little tipple from the decanter, just see what that does. You pour a measure of the deep brown liquid into one of the glasses and hold it up. It looks safe enough to drink as you take a sip, but delicious. The brandy warms you inside as it slips down and you gain 3 stamina points. You spy a hip flask on a shelf in one corner and you take some of the brandy with you. Cool. Well, I don't need the weapon that was here, so I will let's go through the letters. Okay, so back in the hallway, and this time my stamina is 18 out of 17. Also, it's actually giving me more. My fear is down to 6 already, but my luck is also up, so I'm doing pretty well this go. Because yeah, nothing hit me, not a single one of the Great Danes hit me, and the guy in the grey robe didn't hit me. The loss of stamina was from charging at the door once I realised I was locked in initially. So yeah, so last time I went left down the cellar. This time I'm going to try the door on the right. You try the handle, it turns. The door is unlocked, but the sound of voices puts you on your guard. You inch the door open and look through the crack. It reveals an elegant room with a polished wooden floor. At one end is an enormous full-length mirror. You can see the rest of the room reflected in this mirror. A mural depicting a tranquil country scene covers the wall facing the mirror. The reflection shows the room to be empty, apart from a table and chairs in the centre of the floor. But you can definitely hear voices coming from inside the room. This is all very puzzling, but you decide against entering the room when one of the voices calls out, "Who's that at the door?" Instead, you decide to leave quickly. Will you go through the door opposite, or will you nip along the hallway? I will nip along the hallway, but this must be the room where the key is kept behind the mirror. 2 doors face each other across the hallway, just before it ends at a wall. Do you wish to try the door on the left, or do you want to try the door on the right? So let's start at the top. The door is firmly locked. Try the door opposite. Okay. One way to hell. Find yourself stuck in 2-story loops of doom. Oh no. The door opens and you enter the kitchen. The room is empty and immaculately tidy, with all the knives, pots and pans hanging in neat rows along the walls. A double sink is set under a window, next to a large cooker and fridge. A great square table stands in the centre of the room. There are 2 doors. One leads outside and the other looks like a pantry door. A large bunch of keys lie on top of the cooker. Do you want to try the back door? To try the other door, to grab the bunch of keys. I mean, keys are quite loud, but then I am already carrying so much stuff, like a rope, some garlic. Let's try the other door. Oh, Its eyes open and a hissing noise comes from its throat. A long tongue flushes out at you and the creature steps forward. You gain 2 fear points. You grab a knife from the wall to use a weapon, adding 3 skill points. This call has the ability to paralyse you if it is able to inflict 4 wounds during one fight. You must be very careful as you do battle. If you become paralysed, you will be killed. Okay. Oh, my skill is better. But that does not really mean much, does it? Depending on the rolls. Yes, okay. Wait on. Yes, okay, it's going well, it's going well. Come on, one more. Yes, excellent, you are triumphant. As the coal slumps to the floor, it falls against a rack of pans hanging on the wall. The pans clatter to the floor. The noise is deafening. Have you been heard? Oh, your fears are confirmed when the door opens. The noise has attracted the attention of some mysterious friends of the Earl of Drumore. 4 men enter the room all dressed in white gowns and wearing goats' heads to conceal their faces. They're armed with knives and lengths of wood. It would be foolish to resist them. Grabbing your wrists, they take you downstairs into the cellars. There you enter a room in which there are 4 prison cells. 3 are already occupied, but the 4th is empty. You will be detained here at the Owl's pleasure. Your adventure has ended. Damn it. The thing is, as it said like resistance is futile, but just, try to resist anyway. You might as well. You might be able to take one of them out. Like, okay. Okay, I will go back to the hallway again. That you enter as you leave the study. I'm currently fighting the Great Danes in the Abaddon room, and yeah, it's not going well. So I think I'm gonna die again. You're defeated. You have died. Yep. Okay. Try again. I've actually lost count of how many times I've died. I'm gonna have to count it all up at the end. Skill is 12, okay. Thank God. I've actually got a chance this time. Okay, I've just left the study. I forgot to drink the brandy. I went straight to getting the flask and the short knife. So my stamina isn't as good. But my luck is quite good because I've got the pentacle. Yeah, my skill is 12, which has really helped. So yeah, so the door on the left is the cellar. The door on the right is the room with the big mirror. Let's continue down the hall. The door on the right is the kitchen, but that's the keys, and then we can try the door on the left. That's a good idea. Where you grab the bunch of keys. You pick up the bunch of keys and start to flick through them. You scream loudly and drop the keys on the floor, for they are red hot and you have severely burnt your hand. You are using your weapon hand and must lose 3 stamina points and 2 skill points. But if you wish, you may test your luck. The scream and clatter of the falling key has made quite a noise. Oh no. Test my luck. Okay. I will try to test my luck. You are lucky. You weren't using your weapon hand after all. You only lose 1 stamina point. Your fears are confirmed when the doors open. The noise has attracted the attention of mysterious friends. Damn it, I just got it. Let's do it again. If my skill is shit, I might actually just... Oh no. Like, I'm considering getting myself killed really quickly. And, I could just drink the white wine at the beginning and then have a chance for a high skill. Is that really bad? No, I'm not going to do that. That's like full cheating. There's one thing to keep dying and keep trying, and there's another to keep rolling until you get good points. Then you might as well just give yourself the highest points. Out of curiosity though, I am curious. Obviously, I've woken up in the bed and there's the drink there, and I'm really curious because the hunchback dude, does think that sugar dissolved in it, but your mouth is dry from your sleep and you drink it down. You lie back, thinking about your visitor. You decide it was probably Franklin's butler. It was nice of him to bring you a drink, but why does he lock the door? Again, you start to feel tired. You curl up on the bed. Your head starts to swim and the room spins around. Too late, you realise that you've been drugged. Although you try your best to fight the feeling, it is no use. Consciousness fades. You heard his feet and bound to work out a plan. So that was always their plan then, just like, eventually at some point I would wake up bound. Like, why wouldn't they just take me to their set, like to their dungeon? To your left there are 2 doors. So I'm already past the Azazel door. Oh, the picture in the big room opposite the mirror. I must have that. That's the pizza picture. So I'm gonna go right. So I'm gonna go to the Azazel door and I'm gonna get that painting, and that must be what I need. So I go through the cupboards, make sure to get the picture. The Erasmus room. Oh, well, it's gonna make me enter the Apollyon room, isn't it? Back the way you came, of course. I can go back the way I came. But I no longer have the rope from the Mephisto room, the room that you wake up bound in. Although, am I carrying the rope on me? No. So if I find out at some point that I need a piece of rope, that will be quite annoying. You must fight. So yeah, we've got the same skill, although my stamina, I wasn't paying attention. Look at my stamina. Dude, it might not matter that I've got a shit skill. Sorry, I don't know why I've started swearing. It's because I've gotten relaxed, and I have this thing where I'm like, I don't swear on videos. But I've kind of relaxed to the point where the swearing is coming out. I will try to stop. Right, okay, let's try the keys again, because I've already forgotten what went wrong. You will lose 2 skill points. You're lucky. Okay. Oh, okay, the keys are too loud anyway. I thought the keys were only loud because... Actually, I don't know what I thought. I don't know why I tried that again. Skill is 7. Again. Let's see if I get a really nice stamina score. blankets warm but dying. On the bedside table, a candle is burning, and next to it is a silver tray with a bedtime snack on it. Velvet curtains are pulled across the window, and along the left-hand wall are fitted cupboards. The overall picture is quite cosy. Will you enter the room and investigate the bedside table? Or perhaps you want to check out the cupboards? Maybe you are a little suspicious of the apparent tranquility of this room and would prefer to leave. Let's check the cupboards. Oh. Staring at the far end, you examine the cupboards. You open the first door and find it is a wardrobe of dresses and blouses hanging inside. You open the second door and spring backwards in fright, for inside, partly dressed in tattered clothes, are two skeletons. Having disturbed them by opening the door, they are coming to life before your eyes and advancing to attack. You gain 2 fear points for the fright. You must fight. I'm not going to be able to do this. I've got a skill of 7 and I haven't got a knife, so I've got a skill of 4. I'm not going to be able to do this. Oh wow, I actually hit them. Oh wow, I'm getting really good rolls. If I beat them, I will be so amazed. Both miss. Wow, I'm actually getting really good rolls. Wow, with a skill of 4, I defeated the first skeleton. I don't think I'm going to do this. 6. 4, yeah, I'm definitely not going to do. You are overcome by your enemies. Okay, let's try again and try not to get lost and go in the wrong direction. I've got a map. I don't know how I got lost. Well, I suppose I've gotten so used to clicking very quickly. Oh, skill is 12, thank God. But yeah, I've gotten so used to clicking very quickly that I suppose I just misclicked. But yes, let's get back up through the study. Okay, so I just realised I'm in the Azazel room, and I just realised that if I examine the liquids, there's a chance that I'll see the bit of painting on the floor anyway, without getting the fear points from looking through the cupboards. So I'm going to try that. At the end of the bench is a rack which holds 4 glass vials, and each vial contains a coloured liquid. They look like the results of someone's experiment. Are you willing to risk taking a sip of one of these liquids? If so, which colour will you choose? If this seems a little too dangerous, you may instead look through the drawers. Alternatively, you could look through the cupboards. What do you think? Should we go for it? I mean, I've got such is it? Although I didn't notice they were to cook before. I'm either going to burn myself, or I'm going to fight the thing and scream. It's death either way, right, at this point? Suddenly you're, what? Around 12, how's my luck run out? Yes, whatever. Can I get back? Play extras. No. Use last bookmark. Okay, we'll just pretend I died. And, did all of the stuff. I misclicked anyway, so, I feel like... That's 100 fear points, yes, I know I'm doing great. Hide under the stairs, okay. We head upstairs to the top. You want to remain to explore the Bat's chamber. Do you have some knowledge? Well, the ceremony place is a dead end, right? Because I go into the ceremonial room. If I go through, if I try and stay behind, and the guy comes through and it's like, hey, that's my mask, gonna get caught. If I go through, then I have to watch the, Wait, but there was a door I didn't try. Okay, let's try that. The cornerback's game on the wall. Go along with them around the crowd, but what you do, I will watch, and then I will sneak towards the passage. You're lucky. This time, last time I went left into the house, this time I will go right. Who's that? Asked a voice from behind the door. The door is unlocked so you could walk in, but perhaps you don't want to be discovered just yet. Will you open the door and take a chance with whoever's in the room? Or you mumble something like, sorry, wrong door, and then try elsewhere. I will walk into the room in my robe with my mask. You open the door and cast your eyes over the room inside. The floor is dusty and the rocky walls are bare. A rough wooden table and chair are placed against one wall. Sitting at the table is a worried-looking man wearing a white robe. A goat's head lies on the table. Hello, he says nervously. All hail the master. I am ready to repent. How is the ceremony progressing? Is it my turn yet? Then he leans forward and whispers to you. I am not a poor man. Help me escape from this house and you'll be generously rewarded. What do you make of all this? Will you tell him the truth about yourself? Or will you remain motionless and let him continue? I'll let him continue. Your cold stare frightens the man. I see you really are one of the master's loyal friends, he whispers. I merely suggest that to make sure I was talking to an honourable person. I expect my time has come, has it? He looks at you pitifully and drops to his knees. Again you merely glare at him silently. Suddenly he reacts. Before you can stop him, he has pulled a short dagger from his robe and with both hands has plunged it into his shoulder. You watch horrified as the man slumps on the floor, face downwards. Any knowledge that you could have gained from him has now been lost. You curse silently and leave the room. Where will you try now? The door opposite, or will you look for another way out of the corridor? Well, I'm assuming the room opposite is with the dogs, and the way out the corridor is the bell pull, which will alert everyone to my attention. So let's try the door is not locked, but the shuffling and yelpings that you can hear inside suggest that you ought to proceed with caution. Let's be cautious. There seems to be no other way out of the passage. Even the panel through which you have entered is now closed up. A bell is set in the wall, and hoping this will reveal some way out, you push it. Damn it, okay. I have died. Again. Yes, use it. Go back. Okay. Yes, left into the basement. Hide under the stairs. Okay, so this time I want to go right again, but this time I will talk to him. Will you tell him the truth about yourself? Yes. You tell him who you are, and that you wish to escape from the house too, preferably destroying the Earl of Dreamor's cult with terror on the way. The man begins to get quite excited. My name is Rafferty, he says. I have seen enough of the evil in this place and wish to wash it out of my life forever. Perhaps we can escape together. There is a secret trapdoor in the ceiling in this corner of the room. It will lead you to... If you be so kind as to bend over, I will climb on your back, and when I'm through, I can haul you up. Will you help with him with this plan to escape, or do you suspect this character and decide you'd rather continue alone? Yes, let's try it. You bend down in the corner of the room to allow him to stand on your shoulders. Suddenly a thought occurs to you. Why has Rafferty not escaped already by standing on the table? You turn round to ask him, just in time to see his fist slam into your chin. You slump to the floor and Rafferty smiles. Capturing you will gain in the master's favour once more. He has saved his own miserable hide, but you are about to be taken prisoner. You'll spend the rest of your days beneath the house of Druma until the master tires of you. And again. I'm doing so badly. So badly. Okay. What do I want to do? Well, that's... Okay, let's see if this drink and this knife do anything. Have you reached enter? Okay. As the lid falls back, your eyes light up. Inside the box is a pearl-handled dagger. You reach down and pick up the dagger, admiring its workmanship. But the dagger was not the only thing in the box. Lying underneath is a flask, which contains a black liquid. You take this with you. You slide the dagger into your pocket and turn towards the door. But your heart sinks as the door slams shut in front of you. You try to open it, but there is no handle. So let's see whether the dagger or the flask of liquid can help. The dagger is no use to you in this predicament, but what about this flask of liquid? You hold it up and study the contents. The swirling black liquid is thick and oily. Rainbow patterns and reflections play tricks on your eyes. You could swear you were looking straight into a pair of dark eyes inside the flask, but you swirl the liquid once more and the image disappears. You imagine that you have nothing to lose by opening the flask, so you remove the stopper. What happens next is instantaneous. As soon as the stopper leaves the neck of the flask, the liquid turns into a billowing black smoke which hisses out and fills the room. The room goes black instantly. Just as quickly, the smoke is sucked back into the flask and the stopper reappears in position. All is as before, with one exception. You are no longer in the room. Your body has been sucked into the flask by the Nanka, a type of evil genie living inside it. Your adventure ends here. No. Okay. What happens if I try to fight the bats? No, that's stupid. Or is it stupid? Oh, do you have some knowledge? Okay, see if there's a way out. You look around the chamber. Another passageway leads from the chamber. If you choose your moment carefully, you may be able to reach it without being noticed. Will you move quietly along the wall towards it, or will you insist instead of watch the proceedings? I'll move quietly towards it. As you creep along the wall, someone in your group cries out, "You've been spotted." All eyes turn towards you and the unholy gathering advances to surround you. You're trapped. Will you attempt to fight your way out, or do you have something else you can use? If so, use it on my pentacle. You hold up your pentacle before them and command them to step back to allow you to pass. Gasps come from the crowd as they see the pentacle, but its power cannot be denied. They watch powerlessly as you back down the other passageway and open the door at the end. The door opens in a small room which is pitch black. One corner. Just like she just entered that one-way room. Okay, so let's try the door on the right. And let's tell him the truth. But then we suspect his character and we decide we'd rather continue alone. You tell the man you have no wish to team up with him. The door is unlocked and he is free to go whenever he pleases. Where will you try now? Okay, screw it. Let's try the door opposite. And this time, as sad as it is, I'm gonna have to kill the Great Danes. So, fight. Okay. Cool. Although there's 3 of them As you enter the room, they turn towards you, angry, having the meal interrupted. The nearest dog leaps towards you and must fight, so I did that, okay. The other two Great Danes now advance towards you if you wish to fight them. Yeah, let's just keep time to fight. Let's just, to see what we find in the room once they're dead. As sad as that is. Excellent. If you defeat both of them, turn to 383. Danish pastry. Kill 5 very large dogs. Oh no, I'm just killing all the dogs. You step back from the battle, nurse your wounds, and look at the 8 dead bodies on the floor. You shake your head at the senseless waste of life. Searching around the room, all you find is a piece of tatty canvas that looks to have been painted with oils. Although it is hard to see what it could portray, as one of the dogs looked to have chewed on it. There is a jug of water in one corner of the room. Presumably this is drinking water for the dogs. You take a swig and gain 2 stamina points. You decide to leave the room and explore the passageway. There seems to be no other way. So that's just completely a dead end. Okay, I mean, I haven't tried to save the girl yet. So, let's try to save the girl. But if that doesn't work, alternatively you can try to rescue the young woman. If that doesn't work, I don't know. You leap into the centre of the ceremony with a loud war cry. The young woman looks at you hopefully. Your daring rescue is commendable for its bravery, but unbelievably stupid. For how can you hope to stand your ground against 40 opponents? They surround you, grab you, and the priest cuts your throat with his knife. You deserve to die. Okay. I know that was stupid, but like, I'm not sure. You deserve to die. Okay. Back downstairs again. I'm just gonna fight the bats. And see what happens. I mean, they don't have a very high score, so, you know. If you defeat the bats, you may either climb the stairs, explore the bats chamber. Oh, so I'm just gonna explore the bats chamber anyway. In the corner of where the bats came from, I can't remember what was. Search around the corner, find nothing unusual. You can send bat squeaking, find nothing. The earrings, bird droppings force you to cut short the search. Will you search under the stairs, or you go along the back wall? Perhaps you rather climb the stairs. So I can't work out what to do. Oh, okay. So I need to enter the room to the left with the weird noises. For some reason I completely forgot I didn't actually go in that door. You open the door at the top of the stairs, facing you is a door, and to your right the hallway ends at another door. Do you wish to enter the opposite door? Do you wish to enter the door to your right? Yes, that's the door to the right. The door is locked, you will not be able to go in. You turn and set off down the hallway. We enter a room on the right. I'm quite lost. The room you enter is a reception room. A table and 6 chairs stand in the centre of the room. At one end is an enormous mural of a country scene, perhaps painted of the area many years ago. On the opposite wall, stretching from the floor to ceiling, is a full-length mirror. Velvet curtains line the wall opposite the door. Wait. Okay, wait, this time I can investigate the room further. So why wouldn't it let me? Wait, something. Okay, I'm missing, so I should keep reading. It's a full-length mirror. Velvet curtains line the wall opposite the door. You walk over to admire the painting, then turn to face the mirror. A shock is in store. Your eyes widen as you turn towards the mirror and stare into it. It casts no reflection of you. You gain 1 fear point. You walk closer to the mirror, but still no reflection appears, although you can see the table on the wall behind you clearly. You walk right up to it and feel its surface. Your hand passes right through the glass. Pulling it back quickly, you consider the situation. Will you leave this room, or will you step through the mirror? Otherwise, you can investigate the room further. So what's the difference? Just that I didn't try to go into this room immediately. wait, what is that noise? You can hear footsteps outside the door. You will have to hide quickly. Will you grab the case and take it with you, or will you leave it behind and close the drawer? I'll grab it and take it with me. Where will you hide? Will you nip behind the curtains, or will you quickly dive through the mirror? Dive through the mirror. You grab the box and walk up to the mirror. You put your hand through again and put it back. It seems safe enough. You step through, just in the nick of time, for as you disappear into the mirror, you hear the door open behind you. You find you're in a small room behind the mirror. You decide to open the leather box. Inside is a golden key, which you put in your pocket. Nice. Behind the mirror is a small chamber, just large enough for you to turn around in. There are 2 doors in the chamber. Do you want to try the left-hand door? Perhaps you want to try the right-hand door? Or would you rather step back through the mirror? Let's try the left-hand door. The door opens onto a dark landing. A flight of stairs arrives at this landing and continues downwards. Will you follow the stairs down? Or would you rather close the door and step back through the mirror? Let's follow the stairs down. The narrow stairway splits and offers you 2 ways down. Will you choose the left-hand stairs, or will you choose the right-hand stairs? We seem to be following like left at all times. The stairs are dark. You take a few steps down, trying desperately to see the stair below you. Suddenly your foot slips and you lose your balance. You lose 3 stamina points as you tumble down the stairs, landing in a heap at the bottom. Oh. What am I at? 19 out of 18 is my stamina still. I don't need to drink brandy yet. You nurse your bruises and look around. All is pitch black apart from a point of light coming from the end of a long tunnel. You walk down the tunnel cautiously, and your pace slows even further when you hear the sound of voices in the distance. Human voices are chanting in a long, monotonous drone. Soon you're able to see what is happening. A group of people, perhaps 40 of them, are gathering around a large fire. On the far side of the fire is an altar, and stretched out on the altar is a young woman. She is bound, hand and foot. You cannot make out the faces of the onlookers, as they are all wearing head masks. In the centre, standing over the altar, is a tall man dressed in robes, whose coat mask has been dyed purple. He holds in his hand a sharp dagger, and is preparing to sacrifice his young victim. Do you wish to watch the proceedings, or do you wish to try to find a way out? Let's try to find a way out. You look around the chamber. Another passageway leads from the chamber. If you choose your moment carefully, you may be able to reach it without being noticed. As you creep along the wall, someone in the group cries out, "You've been spotted." "Oh, I'm back here again. There is no hope for me." Sure, I might as well. What? You know what? I'm just gonna call that a death and and reload. Yes. Okay. Okay. Have I got the briefcase? Or sorry, was it a box? Okay, will you grab the box and case and take it with you? Dive through the mirror. This time it's a golden key, so this time I will go right. The door is locked. Do you have a golden key? If so, you can try it. The golden key fits the lock and turns. The door opens to let you into another small room. The dust and cobwebs suggest that this room is very rarely used, and it certainly looks fairly uninteresting. But in the thick dust on the floor you notice one footprint, then another. Someone has been in here recently. The footsteps lead towards the right-hand wall, around the door. Behind a loose stone in the wall you find what it was that this visitor came to hide, a large cast iron key. You pick it up and examine it. It is heavy and fairly crudely made, and has the number 27 cast into it. You put this in your pocket. Nothing else of interest seems to be in this room, but you gain 2 luck points for this find. Now you must leave the chamber. Do you wish to try the other door, or would you prefer to step back through the mirror? So I want to go back through the mirror. Oh, wait, because there was 2 entrances if I went left. Oh. You wait until there is silence in the drawing room and step carefully back through the mirror into the room. The coast is clear. You walk over to the door and leave the room. You leave the room cautiously. There's none about. There's a door to your left, which you may try. Which you may turn right. So the door to my left is the study, right? If I turn right. The hallway widens. You walk across to another hallway and continue. dominates the room. The walls are covered with plush red wallpaper. Full-length curtains are drawn along one of the walls. You're prepared for your battle. A rope hangs down by the curtains. You can pull this if you wish to ring for the butler. Otherwise, you can check around the room for signs of any traps, so I'm not actually ready to be here yet. Annoyingly, there are no signs of traps in the room. If you wish to double check, you may test your luck. I guess so. You're lucky. You still find no signs of any traps. Ring for the butler. A few moments later, Franklin's, the butler, enters the dining room. He's startled to see you. You demand to talk to the master of the house, and he agrees to pass on your request. 10 minutes later, the Earl of Drumore comes storming angrily into the room, with Franklin's following close behind. They stand facing you across the table, watching you carefully. Why have I been disturbed in the middle of the night, he demands. You tell him that you know of the evil that goes on in this house, and you're determined to destroy it. The two men look at each other, they nod and look back at you. Then they step apart and advance around the table towards you, the Earl to your left, and the butler to your right. You must choose quickly whom you will attack first. If you want to fight the Earl first, or if you attack Franklin's, well, I don't have the grist knife yet. So, I might as well just try and attack Franklin's. You turn towards the butler. He stops and takes a step backwards. You step forwards. Franklin's runs around to the other side of the table. Franklin, screams the Earl. Move in, man. Step up and attack. The butler twitches nervously. Will you continue pursuing him, or will you leave the cowardly butler for the time being and concentrate on the Earl? I just continue pursuing him. You catch up with the butler in the corner of the room. If you're attacking with a grist dagger, you gain 3 points to your skill during the battle. You must fight. Oh, his skill is 8, but my skill is 15. Franklin screams when you hit him. The sound is almost unbearable. This is not good. I'm sorry if you can hear my stomach. It will not stop making noises. Yes, I haven't found the grist knife. When you have inflicted your first wound on Franklin, stand at 181. The butler screams as your blow strikes him. The man is obviously not the violent type, as the agony in his voice is certainly not warranted by your modest hit. His cry continues. It becomes deafening, and you are forced to step back and cover your ears with your hands. But this is not the anguish of an injured man. Steam begins to rise from the floor, and it engulfs the butler. His expression changes from a scream to a vicious snarl, and his eyes widen. A transformation is taking place. Before your eyes, the form of Franklin's melts away and is replaced by a hideous demonic beast. Steam hisses from its mouth. Its scaly skin is dark. Its hands are now 2 vicious claws which slash the air before you. You gain 3 fear points as you witness the creation of this demon from the depths of hell. The sight is so hideous that you finally succumb to your fear. You die of fright. Oh no. I didn't realise we were so low on fear. We are indeed. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so we want to investigate the room. Grab the case. Go through the mirror. Go to the right. And grab the you wish to go to the other door, so let's go to the other door, and then this time the door opens onto a dark landing. A flight of stairs arrives at this landing and continues downwards. So we go down the stairs, but this time we would choose the right hand stairs. You follow the stairs downwards. Running across the bottom is a passageway. You turn right and follow it until you reach a dead end with 2 doors facing each other on opposite sides of the wall. Will you try the door on the left? Perhaps you prefer the door on the right? Or will you turn around and head the way you came? Let's try the door on the left. The door has a bolt on the outside. You undo the bolt and open the door. Peering cautiously into the room, the walls are bare and it is sparsely furnished, with only a table and chair. Sitting in a corner asleep is a man in a white gown. As you open the door, he wakes with a start. Oh, hello, he says. I suppose you've come for me, have you? Will you say yes, or will you say no? Well, he was locked in, so let's say no. Is that so? He asks. Then why are you here? Will you tell him that you're an outsider trying to escape from the house? Or will you pretend to be a servant of the Earl of Drumore? I might as well just go full in. I don't believe it, he exclaims. Have my prayers was part of the Master's coven, but my conscience will no longer allow me to live with the evil it entails. But the coven cannot allow defectors. I was sentenced to death by sacrifice. Together we must destroy Kelnor, the Master. I know how it can be done. Kelnor can only be killed with the Chris dagger, which is hidden somewhere in the house, and he must be summoned in a red room. Let's agree to rid the world of this human monster and his evil sect. You would be foolish to refuse the help and agree. You gain 1 luck point for this information. A noise outside cuts the conversation short. Someone is coming. The door bursts open. 2 white-robed men enter. At least you presume they are men, but their faces are hidden behind masks made out of goats' heads. They carry knives and leap forward to attack. One attacks you, and the other attacks your comrade. You must fight. Oh no, I hope he does okay. My skill is high, so I should be okay. Fight on. You hit the devil worshipper. You are triumphant. You immediately turn to aid your comrade, but you are too late. A thrust from the devil worshipper's knife pierces his chest. You slam your fist into the back of the man's neck and he slumps to the floor. But you have lost your ally and must leave without him. Oh no. You head back down the corridor until you reach the stairs again. The passageway runs past the stairs and you decide to continue this way. A little further along you come to a small flight of stairs, but the passageway is so dark that you do not notice them in time. You tumble down and land in a heap at the bottom. You lose 1 stamina point. Do you still live? Yes, I do. Oh no. I still don't know how to get out of here. You nurse your bruises and look around. It was pitch black. Damn it. Watch the proceedings. I still don't know how to get out of here. Because that didn't give me any option. We try the door on the left, or we try the door on the right. Try the door on the right. What happens if I'm like, sorry, wrong room? Is he gonna be like, no? Door opposite, we don't know way out the corridor. Damn it. Okay. Okay, so let's run back through. So we'll grab the case and take it with us. In through the mirror, we've got the golden key. We want to go right. Nundle. To get the iron cast key. Now, so I stepped through the other door and I talked to the man, and that was good, but then he was killed anyway, and then it gave me no choice but to fall down. So I'm just going to step back through the mirror. You walk over to the door and leave the room. Okay, you leave the room cautiously and look around in the hallway. There is no one about. There is a door to your left, otherwise you may turn right and follow the hallway round. Let's try the door to the left. The door is locked and you will not be able to open it. You turn round and follow the hallway. Do I not have the... Was I not paying attention? Yeah, gold key and the cast iron key. Interesting. Let's try the door on the left. The door is locked. The hand to unlock a part of an ornate metal plate. Do you have a cast iron key with you? I do. Damn it. Okay, let's try. No, right, that's fast. You turn towards the butler. He stops and takes a step backwards. Oh, sorry. That's what I did last time. While you leave the cowardly butler, you decide to battle with the Earl of Drumore. If you're using the Chris knife, you gain 3 points to your skill during the fight. I gain 3 points of skill, so there's a chance of getting him without it. You both miss. Fight on. So does this mean that I can go without it? Because I'm definitely beating him with skill. had a drew more, but not the master. The end. I'm not gonna lie, I am very, very lost. Very lost indeed. Okay, so let's get the iron cast key, and then let's bookmark here. Okay, do you wish to try the other door, or do you first develop from there? So was there another way at the bottom? I'm just gonna quickly, because I've already forgotten. So I'm just gonna quickly to the right. Oh, the door is not locked. You open it cautiously and poke your head inside. You have found a food store of some kind. The room is lined with shelves with various foodstuffs on them. Bread, dried meats, cheese, fruit, dried fish, wine, red and white, and cakes, all neatly stacked on the shelves. If you need to restore some of your stamina, you may choose any of these to eat. So I know the cheese is drugged. I don't know the white wine is bad. What am I at? I'm 19 out of 18. I don't need to risk it. I would try the fruit and the red wine, but I don't need to risk it because my stamina's at 19 out of 18, so you know. You may now leave the food store. Will you try the door opposite, or will you retrace your steps along the passageway? Let's try the door opposite. The door has a belt on the inside. What happens if I say no? Come on then, he says cheerfully. Let's go, I'm ready. You're not sure whether to play along with him or not. You ask him whether he's sure he knows where he's going. Wait, what did I click? Oh, he was like, are you ready for me? And last time I clicked no. And this time I guess I clicked yes. Come on then, he says cheerfully. Let's go, I'm ready. You're not sure whether to play along with him or not. You ask him whether he's sure he knows where he's going. Oh, that I do, he laughs, walking up to you. But sure as heaven I'm not going down there without a fight. And with those words he pulls a knife from his cannon and attacks you. You must fight. Okay. Cool. Having high skills really nice. The combat has lasted long enough. If you wish to spare his knife, you may turn to 359 when you have deducted his stamina to 2 points. You explain to him that you've no wish to kill him and he steps back, puzzled. Do you mean you're not one of the coven? You're an outsider. You nod. An elated expression spreads across his face. Okay, so it looks like I'm just back here again, and I'm gonna have to fight the 2 people who come in. Well, I'm gonna fight one of them. Yeah, he's dead. Do you still live? I do. So this is not going well at all. So can I do anything different? No, I can't do anything different. I don't know what I thought I could do something different there. I'm honestly so lost. But let's see. Downstairs. It's the right. So there's the door on the right, right? What happens if I retrace my steps along the passageway? Yeah, heap at the bottom. Yep, no. Okay, I'm lost. So, I think that I'm going to end this here, and then I can work more on my map and see, try to work out where I went wrong or what to do different next time. because I feel like I'm just